The 3 rules I live by when communicating with my co-parent. First off, they are not entitled to a timely response. I will collect my thoughts and I will respond then. 2, I will not give you the satisfaction of my emotional reaction to whatever it is you're saying. I will let my emotions cool and then I will respond. And finally, if the reaction or the response is going to further damage our co-parenting relationship, then I'm just not going to engage. Okay, I just want to make this very clear. Stick with me. We are not family, okay? We are not family. We are family, me and the kids. We and the kids are family. You and the kids are family. We are their family, okay? But we are not family. So don't come to me saying that we are family. You can miss me with that because we are family. And you are family. But we are not family. Does that make sense? A co-parent that talks shit about the other co-parent do nothing, okay? They do nothing. Remember that if your co-parent is talking about you and your parenting and everything else on social media, to their friends, to their family, they are likely the ones that's not that involved in the kids' lives. It's just what it is. You know what they won't do with all that shit talking? They won't tell the judge that. They won't tell the judge that because then that means you got to step up and be more responsible and take more responsibility for the kids. If they as bad as you saying, then maybe you should take those kids. A motherfucker that talks shit, stay out of court. Responsible people who communicate about their co-parenting, people that are more level-headed, they're more factual, and they keep quiet. The motherfucker out there running their mouth, they the ones that's not doing anything. That's a really quick flag. You do realize that when your co-parent is kid-free and they are virtually unreachable, but when you are kid-free, they want to talk to you about everything under the sun, that you're being clocked. You know how they know when you kid-free and you got all the time to do whatever, that you ain't really doing a whole lot? You're in their phone talking to them. And they know this because they can't be reached when they don't have the kids. It's a power play you got to be real mindful of. Take note of when you are having the important conversations. Are you having the important conversations when you are free to do whatever and they had the kids? Or is it the opposite? Or is it equal?
Here's the problem when 2 people can't co-parent. The non-primary parent always gets to pick and choose which part of parenting they want to do. Then you have people in the world that thinks they're okay just because they're not a deadbeat. Since when is inconsistency okay? Of course, the primary parent is always going to get easily frustrated because that other parent gets to pick and choose which part of parenting they want to do. Got some people who want to do all the fun part of parenting and all that, but when it's time to financially provide for the child, mentally be there for the child, emotionally comfort that child, you're not capable of doing those things. Then you want to post the child and be the Instagram dad of the year and stuff, but when it's late, who's taking that child to the hospital? When that child is in need, most of the time that child is going to call on that primary parent. When that child is sick, who got to call off work? Who got to find a babysitter? So the primary parent, of course, is going to feel like if you get to pick and choose what part of parenting you get to do, then I'm going to pick and choose when you get to see that child. I know that just turned a few heads. That's unfair, right? Because here come the people that's like, as long as that other parent wants to be involved in their child's life, they should be able to be there. So for the people who just said, let's explain this a little bit. So let's use a group project, for example, right? Because this is 2. Y'all are co-parenting. You do the project, you put the work in, you stay up late at night, you do everything, correct? You present the project, that other person not there, but then when that person get there, y'all still both get the same grade. Tell me if that sounds fair to you. Disclaimer, this is not to everybody's situation. This is not my situation. I'm just saying most of the times what I've been through personally and things I've heard my friends say, this kind of just seems like what's going on. So for all the people that's like, why baby mamas and baby daddies never be together if they have a baby? This is why. What you don't get is when parents are doing that, they're protecting their child from hurt and inconsistency. And 9 times out of 10, unless the woman is mature and the man, you're never really going to be able to co-parent with. Because everybody love the 50-50 conversation. 50% the mom, 50% the dad. Well, why is the mom or whoever the primary parent is always holding up 70, 80, 90, 95%? So if you're going to be a parent, be a real parent. Don't be a social media parent. Don't be an inconsistent parent. Be a full-time parent. And if you can't do that, you're not no parent.